Hello, this is your teacher, Professor Nirmal Kumar Swain. Welcome to this video lecture, and we were discussing about book publishing for the students of D University Rohtak, and others also can get benefit of it once it is there in different social media. So we have a different variety, various kinds of publishing. As our concentration is on book publishing, unless and until we do discuss about or know about other kinds of publications. So in comparison, we cannot understand the book or its book publishing in different ways. So as you all know, the students of library and information science broadly, whenever we say that it is resources or sources of information, it comes to our mind, it is book first. From the very childhood age, school days, we have been oriented with books of different kinds. So books rather our early teacher, early resource persons, resource givers rather, So similarly, but these days we are talking of books, journals or periodicals, then research papers, then book chapters, then we have book chapters, then we have book reviews. It is all available in online, offline, printed book, non-print books. So varieties of things. But the point of concern as a student of book publishing is that how exactly the content of the book or the design of the book or the marketing of the book or the production of the book is different from others. This is the first thing. So we go to the content. Time was there in my early introductory classes. I say that it is books which were the first introducers to the academic world from the school days to the university level also. Okay. So now the content, like you must have read a newspaper. Newspaper is also another source of information. Newspaper, what we get in newspaper you get one day world news. Basically it is daily newspaper, and sometimes world news also it is there, but categorically speaking one day world news. And sometimes while reading, so if you are really sincere reader or sincere information consumer, while reading, many things hover in your mind, like why does it happen, how does it happen, how the things will be solved. So curiosity is lingered, but the newspapers have a very minimum space and it doesn't clear many things, and again we wait for the next day, so we get the information gradually. Okay, so any development like COVID issues, COVID death issues, or the vaccination process, okay, all these. Then another news magazine. So it is often published weekly, sometimes fortnightly. The Frontline and the Outlook is weekly, and sometimes monthly magazine. News magazines are there also. There are other sports magazine. What a magazine, what kind of publishings. So by content wise, whatever we read in a daily newspaper, it appears often in your news magazine. So sometimes you feel that how these because I have read and again it is repeated. Actually it is not repeated. If you read carefully, the news may be that, but the curiosity remain unsolved during this week-long period or fortnight period. So those curiosity in details were given in whether it is Israel and Israel and Palestine war, whether it is your COVID developments, European developments, Indian developments, everything, or elections also. So it gives in details, even sometimes illustrations also, picturizations also. This is digest, we can say. News magazines is nothing but a kind of digest. The curiosity was there in as a reader, so it was solved in reading those news magazine. But sometimes like suppose then what is the use of a book? What use of a book? So books gives, because while studying research methodology or even doing research, teachers must have taught you the books comes under secondary sources or secondary sources of information. Any kind of books, no doubt. It is 100% true that books give you the old information, but old information with certainty. Old information with certainty, because newspaper or these things, like we do read, but certainty is not certain. Rather, certainty is not certain. Maybe in newspaper today you read scientific development, like suppose someone takes coffee, then you are anti-carcinomic, you don't catch up cancer. And another research say that suppose you take coffee, then again you catch up carcinomic diseases. Which one is true? Because unless and until knowledge is not certain, okay, even your newspaper or weekly news digest also, okay. So the main thing, because we cannot teach to the public, to the students. So the knowledge, when the knowledge is certain or acceptable, the philosopher says that knowledge is not certain, but the knowledge temporarily or permanently temporarily is acceptable to the masses. Like we all accepted, like for many reasons now, like in the solar system, when in the solar system this earth was static and the sun revolves around, so many years it goes. Then again another theory came that no, at the solar system it is the earth is at the center, the sun is at the center, and the other including other planets. Similarly, your Pluto is not a part of not part of your solar system. So nothing at a point of time, nothing is certain, but there are certainty for some time, for a longer time. Then it is included in the books. So books does give you information. This is in comparative perspective what kind of information the book gives you. Okay, so this is varieties of different kinds of publications. So, and the author the one knowledge also, maybe it is on solar system, maybe it is World War First or World War Second, or it is COVID episode, okay. So many authors come up their ideas. Many authors write books also, and it is all introduced in your and many references are there also. Okay, many references are there also. Many views are given also, and it is a bit thick also. It is given in a detailed story, so that any reader can. So reader is, the book are the basics. The books are the basics, especially those are doing schooling and post-schooling, secondary, post-secondary, undergraduate and postgraduate in Indian context, and till to some extent master degree also, wherever you study. The information we receive through the books remain constant. Yes, when you go to a research arena, research stream, then probably use of your books are reduced, and you enter into the journal or the periodical where the new knowledges or new researches are reported. Okay, so what we gain through this discussion, varieties of publication, kinds of publication, There are many kinds of different kinds of publications. So we are not talking about online or the format. Format is not matter of concern. It is matter of concern is that it is the content and publications also. As compared to books and its counterparts like the journals, periodicals, or other kinds, it is published with on specific dates. It doesn't have any like periodicals. It is monthly, or it is quarterly, or it is biannually. The periodicity is fixed by the time whatever research reported or article, research paper received, and it is published. But in books, the author can publish any time. Okay, so this is all about books. So one is your content. Content is that what we understood. It is a bit descriptive. The single kind of information is described so that all kinds of readers of different backgrounds, they read the books and they do understand. If it is World War, the book is written in such a way, and 2-3 ranges of ages of the students can read and understand. This is the first. Second is that it is almost certain like certain in which sense people say that when idea is created, idea is oozed out by the author, and it takes 10 years to get a complete shape. Maybe the genetic engineering, we all know genetic engineering and cloning, but that is not that popular these days. Only few bioscientists know about this. It is not that popular available in the books. I am citing an example, a particular piece of knowledge. Since the creation of Dolly, unfortunately no more, and this cloning, whether it is good or unethically, people say that it is unethical. Okay, human cloning is not possible, banned everywhere. So the concept of cloning, although it is a field from science and technology, but the topic can be of interest to your general public, and we don't have a simple books. So citing an example, I cited a couple of minutes before that it takes 10 years to get a shape in an idea, but this cloning concept after years, probably 20-30 years passed, and we don't have common books. Many people don't have written these books. Only few bioscientists written for their own people only. It is not that. Even the common man has a right and curiosity and ability to know about the theory of relativity of Einstein, law of gravitation of, okay. So that is not that popular. So that's why certainty is not yet established probably, and it is not available in a common form. So this is the reason that book gives you almost certain and certain knowledge, and that knowledge is that certain, acceptable to many. Certain that permanent the knowledge will stay, I didn't claim, but what I claim is that mostly acceptable to large, so that we can preach, we can teach, we can make the students understood. You all should know that this is the reason. Third could be by the content. It has a different multiple views also. Like in our history, that it is in Haldighat, Rana Pratap was defeated. So far we do study in history books, but there is a state called Rajasthan of Indian Union. They are recreating the history because Rana Pratap was not defeated. So history is recreated. Okay, so unless and until so things are that certain, and when we claim something, so now the Odisha government is coming up with another, like 1857 is the first war of independence for India, 1857. But Odisha government say that it is Paik Vidro. Paik is a community. We say that no, it is prior to that. Government of India must acknowledge and create it is not 1857 or so. There are many things, science, technology, social science, even humanities also. The things can be recreated. So suppose the different authors are claiming different aspects, different interpretation, they should come with the different citations, different angles, different views. So it is books which can give you. When readers read and situate the situation like, okay, these are the author said, and the author himself or herself consumes that information and have his or her own mind to understand. So this is what, free to understand, free to interpret. So that way. And the user community, another aspect of the content is that large. Almost all begins with their world of information through the book. So this is the content wise we can say. Content wise we can say. Then the book's productivity, production. Productivity is part of the content and people do study. But a pinch of salt, like in sometimes the books gives you new information also, edited books like of journals, but their numbers are very, very less. So this is in this perspective, rather in some other lectures we will say something about book production. So it is by content, how the book information is different from the other kinds of publications or publishings. Hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching.